AMD's revenue has gone from roughly $4.0 billion in 2015 to about $29.6 billion TTM today, a dramatic climb that turned AMD from a comeback story into a genuine multi-product rival for Intel and Nvidia. But the landscape is messy. Nvidia's recent $5 billion investment/partnership with Intel ups the strategic stakes and could nibble away at some of AMD's gains in the short to medium term. Yet AMD may already be far enough down the AI/data center runway that it can blunt some of that pressure. From $4 billion to $29.6 billion, the story in one breathless paragraph. In 2015, AMD was a much smaller company. Total net revenue that year printed around $3.99 billion, so about $4 billion is spot on. Fast forward to the trailing 12 months and AMD's top line is roughly $29.6 billion, driven by a multi-year product cycle, Zen CPU generations that closed, and in many cases beat, Intel on performance per dollar, Radeon and semi-custom wins in gaming and consoles, and a serious push into data center accelerators and EPYC server chips. The result, AMD is no longer a niche contender. It's a platform company with revenues that grew roughly an order of magnitude since the mid-2010s. Think of AMD as the scrappy indie band from the parking lot gigs that, over a decade, plays arenas, and then starts selling stadium merch. The fanbase, customers grew, the setlist, product stack, widened, and the business scaled. The Intel-Nvidia deal, how a new alliance can nibble at AMD's progress. Recently, Nvidia announced a major investment/partnership with Intel, a roughly $5 billion strategic tie-up, which aims to combine Nvidia's AI accelerator leadership with Intel's x86 CPU muscle and distribution channels. That's a big strategic play. It gives Nvidia better CPU integration and Intel access to accelerated compute designs, enough to create compelling joint platforms for hyperscalers, OEMs, and enterprise customers. If that platform gains traction, it could blunt some of AMD's wins in PCs and AI-optimized data centers, at least in the near term. Imagine two rival food trucks. AMD's been selling a killer combo, burger plus fries plus unique sauce. Now two giant kitchens, Nvidia plus Intel, set up a pop-up next door with a similar combo and deeper pockets. Some customers will try the new option, but the food truck with the better secret sauce, faster line, or stronger local ties may keep winning. But, and this is important, announcement is not equal to market domination. Partnerships take time to integrate, certify, and scale. Meanwhile, AMD's own product cadence, Zen, EPYC, Instinct family, software stack, keeps moving. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Why AMD isn't necessarily toast, product cadence, ecosystem, and time to market matters. AMD's growth wasn't accidental. Zen microarchitecture improvements turned the company from an efficiency player into a performance challenger. EPYC's wins at hyperscalers and cloud providers improved AMD's data center standing, and AMD's software ecosystem, RCM, toolchains, partnerships, has matured, which matters when customers evaluate TCO and migration costs. So even if Intel plus Nvidia roll out integrated offerings, AMD has three practical advantages that can blunt the impact. Momentum. Customers already testing/using EPYC plus Instinct stacks may be mid-migration. Inertia favors completion. Time advantage. AMD's products and customer integrations are already shipping. A new solution takes quarters or years to certify at scale. TCO and price competitiveness. AMD often competes on value per dollar/watt. A big buyer will evaluate total cost of ownership, not a press release. Imagine if you're already renovating your house with contractor A. Contractor B showing up with fancier tools won't immediately change your contract. But contractor B might win the next job if they can match price and speed. The will chip away versus will erase distinction, short/medium versus long term. This is a good place to split timelines, short to medium term. The Intel, NVIDIA partnership can absolutely be a headwind. OEMs might prefer the combined stack for some designs, and marketing muscle plus preferential supply deals can accelerate adoption in targeted accounts. Expect tactical share pressure in specific pockets, some OEM PC designs, certain enterprise custom builds. Long term, AMD's fate depends on execution. If AMD keeps shipping better gross margins, wins EPYC designs at major cloud/hyperscaler customers, and continues to evolve the Instinct Plus software stack, it can defend or even extend its advances. Long-term platform wins are rarely decided by a single alliance announcement. They're decided in labs, data centers, and OEM bench tests over many quarters. Valuation: the 31.7 forward PE. Claim and why numbers vary. Forward PE estimates come from analysts' consensus earnings per share forecasts, and different data providers use different EPS forecasts and time windows, so the forward PE you see can vary significantly. For example, some data providers show forward P/ES in the high 20s while others show figures in the high 30s or low 40s depending on the earnings forecast used. That's why you'll see a range, not a single immutable number, across finance sites. 2 practical takeaways: don't anchor on a single forward P/E figure, ask which EPS estimate underlies it. Compare forward PE to peers and adjust for growth expectations. A higher PE can be reasonable for faster-growing, platform companies with strong TAM, total addressable market, exposure like AI infrastructure. Nick Frost, Cohere, and Sovereign AI. Why that endorsement matters. Cohere's camp, including co-founders and leaders, has publicly discussed infrastructure choices for sovereign AI deployments. AMD's recent collaborations/announcements with Cohere highlight an endorsement from the AI software/service side, Cohere, and people like Nick Frost suggested AMD's TCO, total cost of ownership, proposition makes it attractive for sovereign or regulated AI deployments, where data residency, on-prem, and local sovereignty matter. That kind of endorsement matters because governments and large enterprises often prioritize TCO, local control, and open stacks, all areas where AMD's economics and ecosystem can be competitive. If AMD nudges EPYC and Instinct adoption faster, landing hyperscaler design wins, accelerating OEM server certifications, and getting software partners to optimize on AMD rails, that runway could offset share losses elsewhere. Momentum in Cloud Footprint Plus case studies demonstrating lower TCO can persuade fence-sitting buyers to stick with or pick AMD. The game is execution plus evidence, not headlines, which could hit AMD $1,575 in coming years, now with possible expansions in Canada and globally. Note this as well. Fear God, and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, and worship Him that made heaven, and earth, and the sea, and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night. Who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, here are they that keep the commandments of God, and the faith of Jesus. Revelation 14 verses 7-12. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.